Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to another episode in the Let's Build a Mansion series, ladies and gentlemen. This is episode number 8 as we're closing in on our last few, but without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, let's cue that intro! That's right, ladies and gentlemen, we are closing in, sadly, on our last few episodes in the Let's Build a Mansion series, but don't worry, by my calculation, we still have a few more to go, and we still have a long way before we are done. But nonetheless, we are starting to get down to our last few rooms, so we're going to have to focus a little bit more on making these just as epic as the rest, so we end up with an amazing looking mansion. So if you didn't gather already, the fitness room, this is going to be a bedroom here and a little bonus room, which if you didn't guess already is probably going to be some form of ensuite bathroom for the fitness room. Will be nice. And yeah, so that's what's one here today, which are going to leave a couple more rooms left, and then the last episode will be the exterior of the build, make it look nice, and then that will be the final publishing of this build. But important things while I'm doing this. Hopefully you guys have all seen that yesterday I did release another episode in the Project Pixel series, and that is very exciting because Project Pixel did actually announce in that episode the giveaways that are going to be running on the channel for the next couple of weeks. So make sure you guys go check out that video and find out what you need to do to enter. But I'm not going to talk about that now. That is stuff for the Project Pixel episode. So let's talk a little bit about what the hell is going on the screen. So windows are in. Doors, amazing sort of wood wallpaper that I am really in love with right now. Wooden floor coming in for the fitness room. Going to go with something a bit like that. Got the nice door over here. We haven't put any lights in, so let's get them in, and also I'm missing the windows down the side, so let's put something in down here. Add a little bit of extra light. Let's go with something a bit like that. That will fit in lovely, and that now matches on the other side as well. So that's all looking mighty fine. Quite pleased with how that's looking. So let us pop in some mirrors for the fitness area. They're important. Gonna try, and I'm not saying rush through this, but you know, I noticed that last episode time management is definitely not one of my well, it is a strong point for me on occasions, but when it comes to recording these videos, I generally get so involved in it that time management kind of goes out the window. So yeah, going to be a bit more conservative on my time this time. There's a strange sentence right there if ever I heard one. I'm going to try and focus a little bit more and try and get through these in under half an hour. That's the plan, to do under a 30-minute video for the Let's Build a Mansion series, which is kind of proving somewhat of a battle of late, because I'm kind of getting a little bit carried away and with some of these rooms to make sure I got plenty of stuff done and these episodes don't drag on for months and months and months. Kind of may have possibly sort of got a bit carried away. But I was thinking, this is episode number 8? Yeah, no, 8. I think it's 8. I lost count. I said it at the start of the episode. But, yeah, this series has been going on for a little while now, especially considering, like, when it comes to these videos, I release one every 2 weeks. So this series has been going on for a while, so yeah, there's got to be some sort of good amount of time spent watching these videos, so I'm quite looking forward to when this series is done. But you know, when the series is done, it's going to be nice to take a step back and have a look at all the episodes one after the other, and hopefully you guys will agree that it's all been worthwhile and the build will look epic. Just to wrap up, and I'll do the usual glamour shots and stuff and talk a little bit about when things were done, and you know, talk a little bit about the videos. But I need to find something to put on this wall, and I'm looking for the sparse symbol, and it's sort of hanging on a cloth is what I want. I know there's one that exists, I just need to find it, and this falls into the gem of, I know I've seen it but I cannot remember where, and this is usually where the comment section scream because they know exactly where it is, and to them I'm just acting the complete muppet. And you know, on the most part, I would generally agree with you guys in the comment section that usually I am acting the complete muppet when I can't find it. Where is the damn item? I've been through this menu already. Any guys getting there it is. I was going to say anyone getting deja vu. That's because I've been through this menu before. Multiple times. Let's grab more fitness equipment. Let's go with activities and skills, because I know where they are. We'll worry about decorative stuff a bit later on. Let's get a white punching bag. white punching bag for the white stuff. That can go in there and that can go next to it, so that's nice, liking that. Let's turn this around. A couple of running machines would be a good touch in white and maybe even some black here. Make sure I give a bit of space between the doors, and let's pop those there, looking nice. And then what we can do is we can pop a little table in here, get some trophies and stuff. We better get a radio in here, get this all looking good. Electronics, Ryan, not lighting. You're not going to find anything in lighting at all. So that's in there. That's going to look good. Let's get, I'll tell you what, I know what's needed, the plumb bob picture. I like the plumb bob picture, that can go in. And for those wondering, it's the 4 plumb bobs, that one there. I don't mean the other plumb bob picture, which is actually probably one of my top ranking pictures that I really genuinely like, is the plumb bob in the light brown frame. I really like that. But there's a lot of buts in that sentence. Multiple buts. If my vocabulary... Let's try that again. I had to pause there to try and think, was I saying it wrong? Was I actually saying it right? My vocabulary, there's the word we're looking for, is actually, you know, pretty good on the most part. But I would also say that, you know, if my, I think I've said this before actually, if my sentences were to be written out in the form of Microsoft Word or any sort of text-based text entry thing, basically my entire sentence would be underlined in green and red, because everything is a grammatical error followed very closely by some kind of spelling mistake. That's usually what I found of late, but hey ho, we will ignore that. And yeah, let's put some shelving up. Shelving for the trophies that these people will have won, because there's all this weightlifting and cool equipment. Let's get the white trophies. Not the white trophies, let's get the white surfaces for the trophies. Now, let's get, there's a weightlifting one I've seen. That's the star one, that's the all-star, that's gone in. We've got the bricks, weightlifting. That looks good. Let's get the solar system, but that looks kind of like a trophy you would get for weightlifting and fitness and everything like that. And then you end up with something that looks a little bit like that, which is a nice kind of trophy cabinet. If I step on, I think that's a nice touch. Okay, one room down, and that took me probably a bit longer than I would care to admit. So let's move into, fortunately the bonus room is going to be the ensuite bathroom, so that's going to be relatively small. The bedroom though, bedroom. Let's blitz through this and try and see if we can get this, do you reckon we can get this done in under 20 minutes? I don't think so. Okay. Wallpaper. Paper. There's a double P there. Double P and paper, apparently. Well, there is a double P and paper, it's just not next to each other. P-A-P-E-R. Yeah. I had to spell that there. That is terrible. That is absolutely terrible, Ryan. Do you know what? I am going to give myself a slap on the wrist. Ow! That hurt. That was unpleasant. Yeah, note to self. Don't do that. Don't do that at all. My hand's gone red. Great. I now have 4 fingerprints going across my knuckles. Lovely. Oh, dear. My hand really hurts now. That was stupid. I think in last week's video, I elbowed the desk. I actually elbowed the desk twice, I think. That was earlier on this week I elbowed the desk. I'm intent on hurting myself. Yesterday I fell over. That's how bad things were. I fell over. And do you want to know the best part about it? I was working from home yesterday. One of the rare perks of my job. I was able to work from home, which is great. But I then proceeded to fall over on my own bed. I tripped on the corner of my bed and fell over. Now, you know, I would consider myself, well, I can juggle, which is a rare trait that some of you may or may not know. So that's something that I can do. I like to think I have pretty good hand-eye coordination, except when it comes to falling over, because at the moment this seems to be something I'm having a bit of a problem with. Balance. And I fell over my own bed. And that, I have to admit, is saying something. Yeah, so that aside, let's put some windows up and try and forget this ever happened. My hand has actually got a gigantic red mark on it. Do you know what? If it's still this bright at the end of the video, I might take a photo of it and attach it as an overlay now. This is horrifically red. I'll see. If you guys see an overlay now, it means that the hand slapper was pretty bad. If you don't see an overlay now, that generally means that it's probably not as bad as it was. But I also, I'm kind of on a bit of a flow of talking randomness and not finding items. So I don't want to break that flow of not finding items up by going to find my phone to take a photo of it. Because, again, for those wondering, I don't keep my phone on hand when I record because I actually find it distracting. Because if it goes off, I keep trying to read the messages. I also have an Apple Watch as well. And people out there now complaining that I have an Apple Watch and that obviously I have too much free money and stuff. No, not at all. I bought an Apple Watch because I wanted an Apple Watch for a long time. I've been an iPhone user for a little while, and all the Android people out there now hating on me. I'm sorry. It is my little cross to bear, but I like my iPhone. But I actually take my watch off as well when I record, and more often than not. There are a few occasions where you may have heard my watch go in recording sessions, and that is because I've been a lemon and forgot to take it off or forgot to put it on silent. And yes, there's probably people asking, you can put an Apple Watch on silent because it does actually make a noise if it's not. So yeah, that's a thing. Anywho, enough talking about my watch. You guys are not here for a review on the Apple Watch, even though I think mine is awesome. But let us talk more about this room because we're currently coming up on about, probably by my working, probably about 10 minutes, 11 minutes. I'm probably I'm either out by like 5 minutes or I'm spot on. There is no middle ground. But there again, that's true of any question. I'm either right or I'm wrong. It's the same for anyone. You're either right or you're... Okay, I'm looking into this far too much. Far too much. Let us grab that. Let's grab that in... That's better. So, where are we facing? Let's pop this over here. All the way around. Let's pop that in the corner over here. With, let's get the lighty planty thing on it. And let's also put a clock or something on it as well. The lighty planty thing. Lighty planty thing. That's the lighty planty thing I'm talking about. That's on there. Okay, let's get a mirror. Because I want to get that bonus room done. Because I had to cut the video short last time in a spontaneous and unexpected end that I didn't want. So let's try and avoid that if we can. Let's get a little clock. A little clock that sits nicely on there as well. That looking nice. That's looking nice. Let's get some artwork above it. See, if you notice, the speed is picking up now. We were starting to become a bit more self-aware that time is starting to become a little bit of a problem again. And this is what happened last time. The only difference is I only spotted the time on the video at the very end when I realised the video was just coming up on half an hour long, which is too long for a video. It's actually not too long for a video, but I know I had some comments when I mentioned it that long-form videos, although you guys like them and are happy to watch them, it starts to push a little bit too long. So yeah, trying to avoid that. Let's put a carpet down now. Speeding up, tempo speed up, voice speed up. Mistakes will be made. They usually are. There's lots of mistakes usually made in my videos. Well, there's lots of mistakes usually made when I record videos like this. If I'm sensible when I record videos, there's usually not that bad. But let's be honest, you don't watch my videos for me to be sensible and logical in everything. Maybe slightly OCD with things, but not logical. Logical is not something I am when it comes to The Sims. I am erratic, irrational, and just downright thick. And that's what makes these videos entertaining for me to watch and edit. The fact that I have honestly no clue what I'm doing most of the time. I'm kind of just making it up as I go along. Some of my designs are planned. A lot of my designs are planned. Except room builds. Apart from a concept, they are completely erratic, and this Let's Build is no exception to that. I'm trying to find a bookcase I like. That's a bookcase I like. Let's colours, please. Thank you. Let's pop that in there. We can pop a easel in. An easel is not something that I have. I was just thinking then. I'm 23. I went to school. I went to college. Well, I kind of went to school. It's kind of important if you don't go to school. That's not the colour I thought it was, actually. I thought these were a different colour wall. I'm actually going to change that wallpaper colour. That's terrible. I should have spotted that earlier. Let's pop it that colour. That's more like it. Yeah, so I went to school and I used a variety of things in art, like all the different paper mache techniques, paintbrushes, paintbrushes, you're painting art, there's a shock. I use all the different stuff like that. One thing I have never used in my entire life is an easel. Never, not once, not even, you know, someone else's easel was just there and I happened to just squiggle a line on it. I have never used an easel once. I feel like, of all the things in this world, you know when people look at sort of your psychology and look back at your history and stuff and try and work out what scarred you as a child, I'm pretty sure that scarred me. The fact that I have not used an easel. I'm 23 and has never used an easel. That computer is a bit extreme for this bedroom, actually. I'm not going with the gaming grade. That's better. Yeah, I've never used an easel. That is what I'm putting all of my problems down to. Every single problem in my life has come down to the fact that I have never used an easel in my life. And that is it. Good night, Vienna. Job done. I've just realised I said good night, Vienna. And probably people are here and now wondering if I'm ending the video. No, don't worry. There's still another room to go. Because currently we're coming up on about sort of like 15, 16 minutes. For those wondering why I can't tell you exactly how long this video is running, you guys forget that I have to do setup on these videos. I can't just start recording randomly. I have to actually do some planning before I can start, including syncing audio, which is actually surprisingly difficult. Because you have to sync, for those of you wondering how this all works, you have to sync the video and the audio together because the two streams, at least the way I do it, are recorded separately. Otherwise the game sounds would be deafening and my voice would be silent. Yeah, so I actually have, how many audio streams do I have running? So my game audio is split in two. My vocals are being recorded on a separate stream, so I have 3 audios there. And then when it comes to my intro and outros, they'll have their own separate audios, and the music will be overlaid over the top at the end. So yeah, a lot of audio streams going on here, and a lot of stuff that happens all at the same time. So yeah, also again, for anyone wondering how I keep track of all this stuff, a simple answer is I don't. I just sort of hope that everything is working and have to systematically go through one by one and check everything's recording, which is why I lose track. And also I have 3 screens on my desk. And again, people wondering how I fit 3 screens on a desk. I have a curved desk and these are 3 27-inch screens, and they're 27 inches of loveliness. And yeah, I love my screens. So they're there and I use all 3 all the time. So anyone who says they can do stuff on a laptop and edit a video, I can do it, and I have done it on a single screen, and it is certainly possible. But as someone who's used more than one screen for the last... Christ, when did I start using dual screens? I've used 2 screens basically since... I'm 23 now, and so probably started PC stuff... 15? I started dual screening? Yeah, I had a laptop and I actually plugged the second screen to, that killed the laptop, I might add. Plugged the second screen into the laptop. Sorry, computer. That poor thing was old. That was a cheap ass laptop, and that was never intended to run dual screens at the best of times. And I ran it with dual screens basically with it permanently on for, I dread to think, 2 and a bit years? Yeah. Needless to say, when that thing died, it went in a small fireball. It didn't actually catch fire, but the fan did start chucking out quite a large amount of smoke. So it's kind of at that point, I knew something was probably a little bit wrong. So yeah, I've been using dual screens since then. And I've been using tri-screens since... So I was using dual screens. I was using mixed match tri-screens for a while. That was when I had the laptop. I then got an actual desktop, only a cheap little desktop that was actually surprisingly good for its time. And so I had a screen off that, and I was then running the laptop either side with another screen, so I had 3 screens there. I then upgraded my screen setup and got 2 of the same screens that were 24-inch 1080p screens. They were nice, liked them, missed them. They were nice little screens. And then I decided that I was going to start going a bit more extreme with things, and then that's when I got one of my 27s that I've got now and fell in love with it. So I then proceeded to buy another one. So I then had 2 27s for quite a while. That's probably when I started this channel, actually. Yeah, because I think I water cooled my system. Yeah, probably not long after I started this channel, actually. Not long after I started this channel, I probably got the second screen. No, maybe just before this channel. Yeah, just before the channel I got the second screen. Probably about 3 or 4 weeks before. I was using mismatched dual screens then. I had a 27 and 24. It looked ridiculous, and a shame I don't have any photos of it, but it looked unbelievably stupid. So that was the thing that happened. And then I have been using 3 screens since it's got to be April last year. I got the 3rd screen and been rocking 3 screens ever since and absolutely love it. And I use every screen basically non-stop. So yeah, anyone who says that they can edit a video and do everything they need on a single screen, or even better, a laptop screen, you know, I'm not saying it's not possible, it's certainly possible, but I really wouldn't like to do it. And after using dual screens, I find it hard to be productive without them. But you know, people out there don't like multiple screens, and my parents are one of them. They hate it. They hate you. My dad used my PC a couple of weeks ago because his PC was being repaired by me at the time, and so he used my PC. He hated the things that he found out was he didn't like my keyboard. Not amazingly surprised about that. At the end of the day, a lot of people don't like my keyboard, and that is partly because of the sound, the feel, but mostly it's every time you type you get this. He didn't like that, and to be honest, it's certainly an acquired thing. And he didn't like my mouse, which again is a bit more of a acquired. For those wondering, I use a Razer Naga Epic. I believe mine is from 2013. Is it 2013 Naga Epic? Maybe even in 2014. No, I've had it longer than that. 2013 Naga Epic. It's the wireless one with the numpad on it, which a lot of people don't like. It feels really nice though, and I use the numbers for when I'm editing. And yeah, he then decided that he didn't like my tri-screens, so in the end I actually unplugged 2 of them so he actually had a regular screen setup, because that's the kind of guy I am. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I rambled a lot this episode, so apologies for that. I didn't really talk too much through this bathroom. Kind of just like to talk about stories, because this is my chance to actually talk to you guys, and I feel like you guys are learning more about me and my life, and yeah, I quite like this. So anyway, those rooms are done. So we have got 2 episodes to go, and your last choice is, you've got exactly the same as, I'm afraid one of the options is going to make another appearance. It is the rest of the bedrooms up here, including the ensuite bathroom, or finally you've got these rooms down here, which, to be perfectly honest, I don't actually know with it. I'm sure one of them will be some kind of living entertainment room, and I've got a feeling that's going to be this one, and I'm not really sure what to do with this one. I think that's going to be classed as the bonus room. Ladies and gentlemen, these are going to be your 2 options. On the next episode, we will finish off the last of the live recordings of the rooms. Okay, and this will be the last time that this videos will be done like this. And then following that, the final episode will be the last collection of rooms and the entire exterior, including all the looks and turning what we've got here into something that will look stunning. I've got the concept in my mind of what I want to do. I've had some concept designs on a separate lot pinned for ages, so looking forward to finally showing you guys what this is going to look like, and then we get the glamour shots, and this will then be available for download. But ladies and gentlemen, as always, if you have liked this video, please don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button down below. It means so much to me if you do. Also, while you're down there, links should be there to my Twitter and also to the voting. Head over to the straw poll and cast your vote on the next room in the Let's Build series. But, ladies and gentlemen, if you are feeling particularly lazy, give either of those 2 icons on top of your screen a cheeky click to be taken to one of my other playlists. And ladies and gentlemen, don't forget to check out Project Pixel episode from yesterday. It was Friday the 27th. Yes, that is correct. Just had to do a bit of maths there, and that is where you can find all the links you need for the amazing, awesome giveaway. But for now, ladies and gentlemen, I'm out. Stay awesome, and I will see you in the next video.